When pursuing a passion, have you ever hit roadblocks and just wanted to give up? Well, I'm talking with someone who is going to inspire you to keep going. His name is Jay Martin Jr. He is a podcast and TV host and my friend. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Jordan. This is such a pleasure. I'm so excited just to be able to sit with you and super proud of you. Hello.
Thank you. And I'm excited for you too. We can get into what else you're doing. But first, tell us about the podcast and why you created it.
So the podcast is called the Drive Project Podcast, and it's about passion, purpose, and possibility. And you know, it's so interesting. Growing up, I was very insecure of my own voice. I had a great friend who I just love. His name is Andrew Coleman Smith. And he said, "You need to start a podcast." I was like, "No, I can't, because I don't like my voice."
Really?
And the funny thing is, when I embraced that insecurity, it actually became a weapon of like success for me. So I think that's, for me, just launching out and really leaning into it, I was like, okay, I can do this. So yeah, that was the reason why I started. I went for it, and I'm super grateful to everybody that listens to the podcast. So
when I was in Seattle, I actually got to go onto your podcast and talked a little bit about my story. You know, this is something that I've always wanted to do, be in local news, be a host, be a meteorologist, you know, just be in front of the camera and brighten people's day. But I also went through some hurdles, you know, my dad's untimely death and just, you know, just a bunch of different things. And you and I talked about that. And that is what the podcast is about, getting over those hurdles and continuing to pursue your passion. So what do you recommend people do if they do have challenges?
One of the things is having a really good circle. That has really sustained me in times when I've wanted just to go, I don't know, I can't do this. I think you need to have a cheer squad, and it doesn't have to be like 50,000 people. That's too many. But like a good, I always say like, count it, like 3 to 5. You know, where they can just root for you, encourage you, inspire you, push you, not control, because you want people just to be able to shape and help direct you as you are going along through pursuing your passion. So I think for me, it has helped me to have great people just to really just encourage me in those dark moments in life.
What has been your biggest challenge?
For me personally, that I'm enough. You know, you see so much. I mean, come on now, we have social media, love social media, it's great. But you can look at other people's stories, and because you don't know their process, you can compare yourself, and all of a sudden you don't feel like you are enough. But I am convinced that everything that you are looking for is on the inside of it, inside of yourself. You just need to speak to yourself. And it's kind of like affirmations, self-affirmations. And so I've had to do that and realize and say, no, Jay, you are enough, and you have a purpose, and you need to share and tell stories, and you don't realize how many people are waiting on the other side of you doing this, and now they're gonna feel like they can share their stories.
How does someone stay focused?
For me, I like to write. Now, this is not everybody. And now when I say right now, I'm living in today's world, that's tight.
Yeah.
I like to kind of like go back over things and goals that I really wanted to see happen or I'm leaning into. And you know, I will jump into this as well too, with really pursuing and going for it, leaning into your challenges. And those challenges are whatever the weakness is while you're pursuing it, really lean into that and go after it, because on the other side of that is such great success. And so staying focused is so important, but I really believe writing down your vision and looking back over that is huge. Because if you don't have anything to look at, it's kind of like you're just everywhere, you know? And I think like the average person sees, like they said, 5,000 images plus a day. Well, why not make one of those images something that you have written down that you can go back over to kind of just reestablish, like reset, you know, what you're going for.
All right. Well, such an uplifting podcast, inspirational. If someone wants to take a listen, where can they go?
If you are from Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple iTunes, it's the Drive Project Podcast.com, and it's so simple. You can listen to it. I try to keep them between like 20 to 30 minutes, because anything beyond that, it's like squirrel. So, so I try to keep them short. They're great interviews. Sometimes I'm just sharing my own personal stories, and I really hope that, you know, this will help people.
Definitely. And you mentioned that you're proud of me. I'm proud of you. Tell us about your new venture.
I just became the television host for a brand new TV series through PBS here in Seattle, KCTS 9. And we're gonna be talking about all the shows that are coming. And this has been a dream for like 19 years. And so to have this moment happen, like I said, I'm so grateful for my inner circle. I'm grateful that from time to time I've looked back over things that I've written down, and to now be a part of a great network and being able to just be myself.
Yes.
Here we go. You are enough. And so to see after 19 years of waiting, thank God for good skin, but waiting and seeing it happen, I am just, wow. I'm just so thankful. So yeah, to be a television host, dreams. And I'm thankful that I'm getting to see the dream come alive. So.
I'm so happy for you. It was so good to see you. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Jordan.
Of course. And if you'd like to see this segment again or get more information, go to firstcoastliving.net.